Welcome to Nattys Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting, and I'm not sure what we're going to actually make today, but it will be something good, I'm sure, right? So go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, make sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So we're going to be making some tabletop decor. We'll need some craft balls, which are just styrofoam balls of different sizes. We'll need some small dowels and some tumbling tower blocks. Now I chose to do this with the small styrofoam ball, which I'm glad I did. It was plenty big enough. And then I'm going to use just what I had left in this little container of tumbling tower blocks. And all we're going to do is glue on the tumbling tower blocks. I was just trying to figure out what kind of design I wanted as I, put this together. So I figured out I'm just going to glue the ends, just kind of one after the other along the side. Does that make sense? That didn't make sense. I'm doing that. That move right there, that's what I'm going to do all the way around the styrofoam ball. Now, two things. First, I should have cut the bottom off of this ball. I wouldn't cut it directly in half because you need it to be bigger than half. So I would just cut off the bottom of the ball so it can lay flat. That would have been easier. So that was step one. Step two, I should have painted this ball black before gluing these on. Mostly because I'm going to paint this black after I've glued all of the tumbling towers on. And you can kind of see in between after I've spray painted this. So I would recommend probably painting the ball first, then gluing them on, the blocks on, and then do a final coat of paint with the blocks on. That was a lot of explaining, but I think you understand. Paint it first. And we're literally just gluing these all on. This last one didn't fit, so I'm just going to put it sideways instead of the long way. And here is when I figured out that I should have had a flat bottom because I couldn't get it to sit properly while I was gluing the other blocks on. So I used the Dollar Tree styrofoam or the pool noodle knife. I used that knife in order to cut the styrofoam in half. Then I'm going to make just a quick 2-block stand for the ball to be glued onto. So literally just gluing together 2 blocks and then gluing those 2 blocks onto the bottom of the styrofoam ball. And I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it. Turns out I'm just going to do it straight up and down. And then you do want to, of course, hold it down so that the glue doesn't have a gap between the styrofoam and the wood. And then we're going to, while it's sitting flat now that it has a cute little holder, now we're going to just glue the other blocks on. So I'm just basically making layers. So one layer after another, I'm going to glue the blocks on so that it ends up looking like this. Then in between the gaps, I'm going to stick some dowel rods into those gaps. So I'm just cutting the dowel rods into the same length as the tumbling tower blocks. And then we're going to hot glue those into the styrofoam. Now, it turns out that it's easier if you use the pointed end of one of the dowels. Stick that pointed end in to make the hole, and then it's much easier to put the stick in. So once I've got the hole there, I'm just going to put a touch of hot glue onto the end of the stick, and then glue, or the dowel, and then glue that into the styrofoam ball. And we're just going to do this over and over again. Any of the places where you feel like there's a gap, put a dowel rod, and that'll fill that gap pretty cutely. And you could put as many or as few as you wanted. You could probably skip this step altogether if you didn't mind a few gaps. But I wanted it to look a little bit full, so I put as many in there that I could fit. And that's how it's going to look. Now, if you were kind of more of a natural type person, you could leave it as wood because the wood is good. But, if you've seen my channel at all, a lot of my decor is black. So I painted it all black.
And then I'm going to add just a little bit of dimension by adding just a touch of gold to the tips of my blocks and of the dowel rods. Just adds a little something extra. Completely unnecessary, but it's something I wanted. Just so that it's not pure black. Even though I love it when it's pure black. But I wanted to add a little bit of gold here. And then I'm just going to dry it off. Just that easy. So I have my little, Lazy Susan or turntable. And just using my hair dryer to dry all that paint. And when I did the black paint, I did spray paint that. So I went outside and spray painted that. Which helped me get into the little crevices quite a bit more than a paintbrush would have. And that's it. Quick and easy decor. All you need is a styrofoam ball, some blocks, and some dowel rods and glue. Pretty easy. And it's quite cute. I thank you so much for stopping by Nattys Crafts today. I sure hope you could give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe so that when you subscribe, you should hit the bell so that you know when the next video comes out. And I appreciate you so much for stopping by today. And remember to appreciate today as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.